Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol, and welcome to my kitchen. Well, I'd like to wish my Jewish friends a wonderful, happy Passover that's going to be starting in a few days. And sometimes you run out of ideas of what to do because you're not supposed to eat anything leavened. You can't use any chemical leaveners or yeast or anything like that. So I came up with a really fun thing to do for a dessert, and it's quick and easy. Although you do have some refrigerator chilling time. And it reminds me of one of the refrigerator cakes from way back when. And I call it a Passover chocolate matzah cream cake. And it uses matzah, obviously. And sometimes people have some extra matzah. But this is a fun thing to do. If you have friends coming over, it's not even the Seder, and you just want to do something fun. Even if you're not celebrating Passover, you'd love it. So before I get started, I want you to click that notification button because I want you to become a subscriber. I don't want you to miss any of my tips or videos because they're awesome. And I love having you with me any time of year, whether it's a holiday or not. It's like having a friend with me in the kitchen. So no baking, all right? You're hearing me? This is no baking, but there's some prep. So I took an 8x4-inch loaf pan, and I just took some parchment paper, and I have my metal clips that I'm just putting down here because I'm going to fit my matzah in there. So I set that aside, all right? I made some whipped cream. You've seen me do this 100 times. So I have 2 cups of heavy cream, and in an electric mixer, I whisked it with half a cup of confectionery sugar and a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And I whisked that up good, and then I took my whip attachment and beat the heck out of it until it became very stiff peaks. And I set that aside. Now I'm making ganache. So the whole purpose is to make this matzah not look like matzah. So I have two cups of heavy cream that I brought to a boil, okay, in a big saucepan. Take it off the heat. And then I added 4 cups of high quality semi-sweet chocolate chips and whisked them until it got nice and smooth. All right. And I'm setting that aside. I let that cool down a little bit. It got a little thicker, but it's not perfectly thick yet. I have a bowl of ice water because once that ganache goes into this ice water, you put the bowl into the ice water bowl so that the ganache will firm up and get nice and thick, because that's what the cocoa butter and the chocolate does, and then it's very spreadable. But right now I don't want it too spreadable because I don't want to crack my matzah. So I thought it might be fun to do a narrow cake, almost like a torte, and it's going to sort of look like this at the end, but it's going to have fillings in it. So what I did was I took 1 piece of matzah, and I took my chef's knife, go in between. So go halvesies, okay? And I counted a piece of matzah, depending on where you get your matzah, may or may not be even number of little tiny like lines. So just go approximately where you think it's halfway and just take, not a serrated knife, just go right down, all right? Right down. And it should break, for the most part, in half. And if you have a little piece like this, you can just break it off, because we are going to cover it with so much deliciousness, it won't matter. So I'm going to put these on top. I've probably used about 8 pieces of matzah, although you can use as many or as few as you'd like. So this is what I've done. And besides that, matzah, when you make like matzah brie, whatever, you soak the matzahs in water. Well, we needed a soak because I want my matzahs to get soft, even though the whipped cream and the ganache will soften them. I made a really nice, simple syrup, 1 cup of sugar, granulated, 1 cup of water, bring it to a boil. Take it off the heat and put 2 tablespoons of any flavoring you want. It could be vanilla, it could be Kirschwasser, which is cherry brandy. I decided to use a raspberry liqueur, or like Chambord, something like that. So I took 2 tablespoons in there, let it cool down. And that's going to be our soaking for our matzah, but it's not going to be a really, really long soak. So we're going to take, and if you notice, the matzah fits in here. That's why I chose this size pan. So I'm going to take my matzah, and I'm just going to put it in to my soaking syrup. I'm not going to soak it really for long. Just going to take it out, drip it, drip, 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 dry. Okay, drip, drip, dry. Put it right into here so you can see it fits right in. See that? And then I'm going to add, I'm going to grab a few spoons. I'm just going to add a little bit of ganache, and it's relatively liquidy. All right, so I'm going to add maybe about a tablespoon. That should do it. And I'm going to use a little offset spatula, and I'm just going to spread it. So I'm going to take it out of the pan very quickly just to show you what I'm doing. You see that? I don't want it to be too firm. So make it a few hours in advance and just leave it at room temperature. Try to get it all the way to the edges. Okay, I could eat that right now. Put it in. Okay, resist the temptation. And then we're going to take a little spoonful of whipped cream. I'm going to plop it on there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. All right, I'm going to get another one of my offset spatulas, my little one. Where's my little baby one? Right here. Okay, I always have more. And I'm going to take this out again. We're going to make layers. So right now I'm just spreading, and this can be very thin. All right, it's okay, but we do want to cover as much as we can. The idea is to build like a tort. Some torts have very thin layers. Some torts are even made with bread, believe it or not, especially in Europe. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to take another piece of matzah, soak, 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 or dip, 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 okay? We're doing everything we can to moisten the matzah, all right? I've even done this with puff pastry, my homemade puff pastry. I'm putting it in again on top. So it's just fitting on top. As you can see, we're building layers, okay? Delicious layers. Another tablespoon of our wonderful, and try not to get your offset spatulas mixed up. I almost did. So the offset spatula for your ganache should stay with the offset spatula with the ganache. And if you have to use your little spoon, use your spoon to smear it. So you're just going to spread it again all around the bottom of that matzah, all around that matzah, I should say, not the bottom, but all over it, okay? And you're just going to spread it. And if a little bit of whipped cream gets in the ganache, oh, nothing will happen. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all going in the same place anyway. Now we're taking another bit of whipped cream, plop it on there. We're going to mix that in. Don't mix the offsets because I want to see nice layers of my whipped cream and my ganache. You see that? So when we actually start, I'm ambidextrous. Did you know that? Mostly left-handed, but I can do things with both hands. So if I want to use my offset, I can do left or right. I'm so talented, right? So I'm just going to put that in there. And now we're doing it again. Soaking. You can use as many or as few matzahs as you want. I find if you do a really nice stack, it looks like a nice little tort. And then you have a nice cutting. It'll make a nice cut versus this big size matzah, which is just too much. Too much, too much. We don't want a huge piece of matzah because it's just going to be too much. Too much cutting. And this just makes a nice little tort or a little cake, whatever you want to call it. And it's yummy. And we will need to chill it. So that's where it sort of comes in, and it's sort of similar to a refrigerator cake. All right. And now you're going to put some more whipped cream, about a heaping tablespoon for each one of these. All right, smear it. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just building my layers, building my layers, building my layers. And you keep going until you get a little bit higher than here. All right. So you can use your 8x4-inch loaf pan. If it's a little bit bigger, that's fine. If you want to do it in a different type of pan, you can. I'm just doing something so that it will give it a little structure so things won't slide until it totally firms up. Now I'm going to continue building this. And when I'm done and I get to the top, I will show you, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, I'll be back. So my beautiful little Passover matzah cake looks gorgeous. Look how many layers I got. You can see through there. So about 8 pieces of matzah divided in half, but you can go as high as you want if you wanted to go a little higher. But think about this. This is where you're going to slice it. That's a good size slice. That's like a 3-inch size slice, and you're going to slice these. So you'd probably get about, I'd say 6 to 8 slices out of this, and you can make several, or you can do whatever you want with them. Now, before I put this in the fridge, because it does need to get a nice chilling before we can put the remainder of our whipped cream on it, and we got to get it out of here onto our serving platter to do so. So I need it firm. So I'm going to cover this with the remainder of my, not the remainder, but with some more ganache. And the ganache is nice and spreadable. The colder the ganache gets, the thicker it gets because of that cocoa butter in the chocolate. So you may not even need the ice water to make that happen quickly. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll do that. So I'm just going to cover that. Now, no more whipped cream because I want to cover the whole thing in whipped cream. Now, if you prefer, you can cover the whole thing in ganache because I have plenty of each. You can see I have whipped cream here and I have a lot of ganache, both of which you can save. And ganache you can freeze. So at this point, I'm covering it with a nice thick layer. And I am going to take a piece of plastic wrap. I'm going to cover this whole thing, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for several hours, maybe 4 hours. If you're in a hurry, you can put it in the freezer, but make sure you cover it and don't forget about it. We don't want the matzah frozen. And then when you take it out, we're going to take these little clips off, and we're going to take with both pieces of the parchment, pick it up and put it on our serving platter, and we'll slide the parchment off and decorate it with and frost it with the sides of with the whipped cream. And then I even made some chocolate shards to go on top. Very easy, and you've seen me do that as well. You just melt chocolate in a double boiler, pour it over a piece of either wax paper on a sheet pan or parchment paper, real thin. Put it in the refrigerator, roll up your parchment or wax paper, and it'll break into shards, or you can even do it with a knife. So into the fridge this goes, and I will see you back when it's nice and firm and chilled. See you back. So my Passover chocolate matzah cream cake was in the 8x4 loaf pan. I put it in my freezer for about 30 minutes, or you can leave it overnight or even at least 4 hours in the fridge. And it came right out because I had that parchment paper in there, and you can see all those gorgeous layers. A little rough around the edges, so we're going to smooth things out. Now, I said you could put the whipped cream over the whole thing. You can even put the ganache over the whole thing. And what I think I'm going to do, because I have quite a bit of ganache left, I'm going to put the ganache on top, and then I'm going to decorate the top with the whipped cream. So I'm just going to put a bit on here. You don't want your ganache to get too hard. So if it did chill in the fridge overnight, what you should do is put your ganache back in the microwave for a few seconds just to soften it, and then get it back to the shape that it was. If it gets too liquidy, just leave it for a little while at room temperature till it gets a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to go down around the edges here. I'm going to cover all the whipped cream. So if you get a little whipped cream on the outside, you want to cover it with ganache. So we're just going to go around, and then we'll decorate it with our whipped cream on the top. It's going to be gorgeous. And a lot of people, you know, they're sick of the usual same old for Passover. Sponge cake that tastes like rubber, and you know, this is a little different, and some people have a lot of matzah left over, so this is something that you can do to use all that up. And again, this is not ready to serve. You're going to want to leave this in the fridge for a little while so that the matzah softens. That's the whole point of this, remember? The matzah needs to soften so you get a nice clean slice. You don't want any crunch in there. All right, so we're just going to go around the edges. And then I'm going to use a pastry tip and a pastry bag and a star tip to decorate the top. And then I have those chocolate shards, which you've seen me make before. I even have a recipe on my website and even a YouTube video on the YouTube channel. It's called chocolate shards. Very easy to make and just sort of elevates everything if you need a little design, a little decoration, and you don't want to just do like chocolate chips or something store-bought. You want to have something homemade. So I'm just going to smear this around, level out everything. Use your offset really, really well. Pretend you're spackling. People that spackle are natural frosters. They can frost really, really well. I'm really sure of that. So if you spackle, you'd make a great cake decorator. I'm not kidding. It's true. All right. And this will keep in the fridge for most of Passover, which is 8 days. So it should be. And even after. So if you want to eat this even after, why not? So yummy. And if you have leftover matzah and you don't want to leave it till next year, you can actually make this anytime. So I'm just going to clean this up. Cover, again, you don't want to see any of the matzah or the whipped cream. I'm just going to clean it up. Just straighten out the edges. And yes, there's a little bit of whipped cream shining through, but we'll just cover it. And then if you want, you can take a moistened paper towel and just go around where we left some ganache. All right, so now I am going to pipe. I have my pastry bag with my large star tip, and I have the whipped cream that we had from the filling left over. You will want to make sure you keep it in the fridge so it doesn't deflate. Whipped cream should always be cold. And I'm just going to go over the top with like a zigzagging type of thing. And then I have those shards that we're going to put on top. I just want to make it really look, because it's a small dessert, but it's packs a wallop. It's powerful. This transferred so easily. It was awesome. So I'm just going to go like that. And I have enough that if I need to refill, hopefully I won't, but I may need to. All right, let me just refill for 1 second. Looks very pretty. Very pretty. I love black and white. Those are a really good color combination because they are so contrasting to each other. Really, really nice. I'm going to push, push, whoop, push, push, push. That's okay. I will get that. And you just go around, okay? Very, very pretty. And this can be anything you want, stars, whatever you want, all right? And then you're going to take your shards, and I'm just going to really, look how pretty that looks. Look how beautiful that looks. It's almost like the little black dress with the pearls, just elegant, lovely. You'd never guess it was made out of matzah. And very easy, easy, easy things. So simple, and so delicious. And if you come to a friend's house with this, they will love you. And they will ask you to make it again next year. So look how beautiful. Lovely, lovely. So I hope you make this. I hope you have a wonderful Passover to my Jewish friends. And I hope you make this beautiful Passover chocolate matzah cream cake. And look on Instagram for the big reveal. Till next time.